1954.
1954.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, I'm on the side over here. I'm here today with Mr. Bubba and his beautiful bride, Miss Joyce.
Yeah.
Miss Joyce Crosby. They've been married a few years. Ricky, how many years?
68 years.
68 years, y'all. You've been married 68 years, sir.
Well, it'll be 70,
It'll be 70.
January 1st.
Man,
I'll be
alive.
69.
Wow.
I'll be 69.
I figured it up and I think it'll be 70.
Big 70.
We'll let somebody do the math.
We'll let other people do the math.
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself. How many kids did you have?
4.
4 kids. All right.
Ricky was the oldest,
Ricky's the oldest.
the only boy.
Only boy.
And had 3 girls.
So 1 boy and 3 girls.
Yeah, and everybody's 3 years apart.
Okay.
Just
Gotcha.
happened that way.
Wow, man, that's spreading it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like some people they get them late. You know, they don't have them for 10 years, and they get in their 40s and have another one. I got a friend. He's 43, about to have his 3rd baby, but they ain't had one in 12 years.
Yeah.
I told him he can just give the baby his Social Security check once he graduates high school, if there's any of that left, right?
Well, that sounds like me and Lori.
Uh-oh.
We had Blake and Brandon, and then 10 years later, Brian. I was
Oh,
44 when
man.
Brian was born.
Wow, man, it happens, don't it? You putting your socks on, Mr. Bubba?
Yeah.
Get your feet cold?
Oh,
So how long y'all been here on this property, this land here?
Oh,
Most of your life?
Since I got out of the service
Okay,
in 47.
1947.
My daddy bought this place
Okay,
in the 40s, the middle 40s,
okay.
around 45, somewhere on there.
Wow, it was probably a
I
little,
was in the service.
it was probably a little bit cheaper back then, huh?
Yeah, he paid $12 an acre.
Wow, $20 an acre.
12.
12. Man. Wow.
He was selling the place, the
Yeah.
whole place,
Yeah.
for $15 an acre.
Wow.
And they let him have this 400 acres for 12.
Wow. Good gracious.
He was selling property for somebody else,
Yeah.
and
It
he was able to buy
5,000
this place.
something acres.
Wow.
And he
For
sold
Dr. Pritchard.
Yeah.
the property for preacher.
Pritchard.
Dr. Pritchard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No,
No?
it was later than that. York Wilson was in the place down there in Harris. He had bought it and he was selling it for him.
It was
Oh, wow.
an old house down where Wendy's is.
Okay, I got you.
Back off
Yeah.
there,
Right.
and that's where the Wilsons lived.
Wow. My goodness. That was a few days ago, wasn't it? So in this December, you're going to be 90 what?
5.
95 years old. So that makes you 43, right?
Yeah.
43.
Right.
All right. So when y'all met, where did you meet at?
A blind date.
You met her in Hardyville?
At the brickyard.
Okay. So y'all met on a date, or?
Well,
Yeah.
I just came to Savannah
Okay.
with my mother and daddy,
Okay.
and we were staying. Daddy had just retired.
Okay.
And we were living in Montgomery, Alabama,
Oh yeah.
and we came here and stayed with my grandmother in Savannah.
Right.
And then Daddy went on and did the same work for the state that he was doing for the federal government.
Wow.
And he went to Jacksonville. So
Yeah.
I met him while I was in Savannah.
My goodness.
We have a cousin. His cousin and my cousin are the same, but his mother,
They're both cousins.
Okay.
The other one's a cousin of mine
cousin of mine,
and hers.
Wow.
from my daddy's side and from his
She
mother's
was the
side,
one that set it up.
Oh, okay.
on a blind date.
I got you. So you first saw her. What did you think? This is the one, or I'm keeping her, or
Not really.
not really?
I figured a long time ago I gotta know who it is.
Yeah, I know who it is. I got you. So what was it about this guy? Did he just keep chasing you? He wouldn't leave you alone? What
Kept
was it?
chasing me.
Kept
wouldn't leave me
chasing?
alone, and
and leave you alone. You
Finally pinned me up. And
finally said, "All right, let's go."
we went together 3 years.
Did you?
She went
Yeah,
to Jacksonville,
She went to Jacksonville.
and I courted her from here to Jacksonville for almost 3 years.
Wow. Chasing her down.
I
While
went,
driving.
I went to Jacksonville and with my parents.
Yeah.
And my daddy worked for the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
Yeah.
And he retired from the federal government, and he did the same thing for the state
Gotcha.
when he went to Jacksonville.
Wow.
And I went to business college, and I got a job with Travelers Insurance.
Wow.
And I worked about a year, and
Yeah.
we got married.
Okay.
Ran away.
Ran away.
His family.
Not really ran away.
Right.
We came to Ludowici.
Ludowici, the big town of Ludowici.
No, Bubba, Kingston.
That's the Marion town.
Bubba,
Gotcha.
Bubba, it was Kingston, Georgia. Kingston,
Kingston.
yeah.
Kingston, Georgia.
That's it. That's not where we got married.
It is.
I can't remember.
That's
There's
all
two or
right.
three of them little towns right there you go.
Yeah.
Kingston is where everybody would go get married.
Yeah.
And we got married New Year's Day night, which,
Oh man.
and my mother always said she wanted me married in the church.
Yeah.
So the Justice of Peace had written us up that he was going to marry us, and I said my mother always wanted me married in the church.
Yeah.
So he called up a minister,
Right.
Methodist minister.
And they opened the church for you.
And the man came down on New Year's
Wow.
night and married us.
My
At the
goodness.
church.
You shut this thing off right here so it don't bother us.
And
So-
we was walking down the hall, down the
Wow.
hall in the place,
Yeah.
down between chairs
Uh-huh.
up to the front of the church,
Uh-huh.
and she was singing, so,
She was singing, huh?
not really singing.
I got you.
She was doing like that, her kind of humming it.
Yeah. Something,
Had to
man.
have music.
Uh-huh.
So she wasn't too afraid of it.
Gotcha. She wasn't afraid of you, huh?
No.
Yeah, well, after 60-something years, man, you guys are a rare jewel. So 60 years plus to be married, my goodness, that's just unheard of.
When I was 6 years old, they
Yeah.
built the highway from Hardyville to Bluffton.
Okay.
And I spent my time out there watching them.
Yeah.
They had pans they pulled with horses,
Yeah.
and they pulled the dirt from holes on the side of the highway. Between here and Hardyville, you know, there's places with water in them.
Uh-huh.
Those are the places they built the highway out of.
Wow.
It would get about a yard of dirt
Yeah.
at the time. 2 horses
Wow.
would pull it in the ground.
Pulling that dirt.
Yeah, and the man riding on the pan itself
Yeah.
had 2 shafts in the back that were kind of high, and he would pick them up from the go in the dirt
Wow.
and put the front of the blade down when it would run in the dirt.
Wow.
And when they went as far as they could go and loaded it, he'd go back there and pull it down.
My goodness. That's how they built it.
That's the way they built it.
Man, times have changed, ain't
I
they?
mean,
So tell me about this garden out here. How long you been planting on this ground out here? Your whole life?
I planted this ground right after I came back here.
Yeah.
So, all of the whole place, so.
So what all have you grown out here? Watermelons, corn,
I
what?
started with watermelon.
Started with watermelons, okay?
Yeah.
But now they drive for miles to buy what? They want you tomatoes, I hear.
You must have been talking to Ricky.
I seen was it a news article or something on the computer where Mr. Bubba's tomatoes, people were wanting Mr. Bubba's tomatoes. And there was a picture of you sitting out here with tomatoes all around you.
Yeah.
So did you have a good crop
I
of
sat
tomatoes?
right there on the porch.
Yeah,
We had cables that strung out
yeah.
and tomatoes piled on those things.
My goodness.
And they would come in the end. This was when the virus was just starting down.
Right.
So I came up here to this door, about to where the door is.
Yeah.
But there was tomatoes right on down.
Yeah.
So, but they came back, I had the scales right there. I would see what it weighed and tell them how much money,
Right.
and they'd give me the money. And I'd come down and put it in the basket and wash it.
Wash your hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do this sterilizer.
Sure. Now, did you get COVID?
Yeah,
You did?
yeah,
And you made it through COVID?
evidently.
Evidently. How was that for you?
It was rough.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, you're tough as old leather. I mean, you just survived COVID. You've lived through wars and seen
Well,
times
I
change.
was in World War II, but I didn't fight.
Yeah.
I
Play
went in.
baseball.
When I went in, I got drafted out of high school,
Yeah.
and the draft lady in Wisdom,
Yeah.
she loved to see me play ball. And she gave me 6 months deferment to finish.
Wow. That probably saved your life, huh?
Probably did, because I would have been in the Battle of the Bulge.
Man. Battle of the Bulge.
That's how close it was.
She gave you 6 months deferment, man. That was
That helped a lot.
it sure did, man. My goodness. You so you planted the garden for as long as you can remember, I'm
Well,
assuming.
I planted the whole place.
Okay.
Sometimes corn and soybeans.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right.
Stuff for the crop, for the cows and hogs.
Yeah. Sure.
And then later, I planted, when I started planting and selling some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
was watermelons, and I planted them from right outside this gate, from behind the garden right here.
Yeah.
From there right on around up to what they call Gribble Hill.
Okay.
You know, Ricky,
Oh, yeah.
it's all that land right in there.
Yeah.
And it's probably 15 acres.
Man. So Ricky had 3 sisters. He was the oldest. Did they keep him in line, or did he keep them in line?
He kept them in
He kept them in line. Did he have to chase away a few boys from time to time?
I don't think so.
Oh no.
No. But
He had the car and he was the boss.
Oh,
And he made
okay.
everybody get up and be
I
ready.
bought him an automobile,
Did you?
and he drove to the Cameron,
Uh-huh.
and they all went to Bay Road,
Yeah.
you know, in Boston.
Sure. So he was
Probably
he was the caddy, huh?
yeah.
It's not the May River.
He had a
itself.
red,
Right,
white,
right.
blue Mustang.
Oh man. That was when they really made Mustangs.
I reckon.
Now they're all plastic from China, right?
Yeah.
There ain't much American made anymore. Man,
Daddy was in the service. He played ball most of the time he was in there.
Yeah.
Let him tell you about that.
man playing ball in the service.
Yeah.
What position?
Well, I wasn't in any kind of position on the team.
Right.
We had pickup team,
Yeah.
you know, from the place where I worked.
Right.
I worked in the post office,
Okay.
and I hauled a mail
Yeah.
from Antwerp, Belgium, to Charleroi, Belgium, about
Wow.
60 miles.
Wow.
Every day I'd go get a load and bring it home, bring it there.
Yeah.
And that happened every day almost. I mean, Sundays, it had no Sundays. We had no Sundays,
Yeah.
no holidays.
Wow. Mm.
And the hardest time I had was trying to find the roads, the way to go.
Yeah.
When I first started, and it had snowed, and everything was about like 3 foot of snow,
Yeah. Couldn't find anything.
and you didn't know about anything.
Right.
There was no road signs, anything.
Right.
But they had put up some markers where I needed to go.
Yeah.
And I hunted them and I found them
Wow.
and went there.
Carrying that mail.
Yeah.
Letters.
Letters and packages.
Wow.
I had about a ton and a half truck was for the army.
Yeah.
It was 6-wheel drive, but it was behind one another. It wasn't.
Yeah. One side by
It
side.
wasn't beside them.
Right.
and it would cut through that snow. The front ones cut through the snow, and the snow might be that deep, and you could run 30 or 40.
Wow. Them 6 wheels turning.
Yeah, all of them turn.
Yeah. Wow.
And that back wheels to keep you straight.
Yeah. Man. That's something. Chasing them roads to get that mail delivered.
Yeah.
That's
That was when you was a young man, right?
Well, I was 18.
Wow. 18 years old.
They made a motor sergeant out the second day I was in the service over there.
Wow.
Second day I got there.
Man.
I was the only one in the bunch could drive.
Wow. Automatic or stick shift?
Stick shift, man. We didn't have the automatic then.
Yeah, they don't make those no more, do they? Oh man, everything's easy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got up one morning with my grandma and we was planting tomatoes. I said, "This dirt stinks." She said, "It ain't dirt. It's cow manure. Keep planting."
made good tomatoes.
They sure did.
Somebody already did the hard work.
That's right, buddy. So we scooping it out of those wheelbarrows. I said, "This dirt stinks." She said, "Shut up, it ain't dirt. Keep moving." Yeah, she kind of believed if you slept till 7 o'clock, you wasn't gonna get nothing done. I mean, that's just how they were raised, you know. So
Where was she living?
she lived in Mississippi, South Mississippi.
Yeah.
I was about 10. She said, "Get up, we're going to Sunday school." I said, "I ain't going." She said, "You might go cripple, but you going. You might go with a broken leg, but you going." So that's how I was raised. You didn't say no, not many times.
Well, nobody said no back then.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, for sure.
We started off when I lived in Montgomery.
Yeah.
I lived in a little community called Del Rita,
Okay.
and we started church off in a house.
Yep.
Then we built the church.
Oh yeah.
Baptist churches.
Yeah.
That's what they had up there.
Sure.
My mother's people were from Rincon and over there.
Oh, yeah.
They were Lutherans.
Okay. Yep. I know right where Montgomery is. My goodness. Are you from there, from that area, or?
No, my mother was raised in Savannah, and my daddy was raised in Buford.
Okay.
And
Wow.
Daddy worked with alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
Right.
And he was transferred around.
Wow. So you traveled a little bit, getting
Well, I
around.
was born in Jacksonville, and we went to Orlando, Florida, and I started school there.
Gotcha.
And we moved to Montgomery, Alabama.
Wow.
And
Moving
I lived-
around.
And I lived in Auburn, Alabama for a year.
Okay.
And it was fun. It was a college town.
Yeah. Sure.
And then went back to Jacksonville.
Sure. Yeah, those were thriving days for America. You know, back then everything was blossoming, and
Yeah.
People started getting money.
yeah.
That's what happened
Wow.
right there.
Yeah.
They put these shipyards in, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody worked.
Everybody
I'm
worked.
talking about everybody in every household.
Everybody worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so true. Because back then, work was seen as a privilege and a right and
Yeah.
a passage, you know. Now it's viewed as a burden. You got a job, it's a burden, you know, but people hiring now
It's hard
everywhere.
to go get the check.
Yeah. That's right, that's right. Yeah. The old saying, "You don't work, you don't eat," was what used to be the saying.
Yeah, so-
Yeah,
That's right.
That's in the Bible.
Don't work, you don't eat.
And that was the truth.
It sure was, for sure.
But everybody had jobs, some of them 2 or 3.
Yep.
Well, I had a job at the shipyard to
Yeah.
start with
Right.
when I was young. And I remember carrying stuff up in I worked for Union Camp.
Mm-hmm.
And in that building itself, they had steps that went all the way to the top of the building.
Yeah.
And I was in the plumber, assistant
He
plumber.
was plumbing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I was young myself, you know
Yeah.
then.
Sure.
I don't remember how old, but pretty young.
Yeah.
And I was the only one in the whole bunch could take a 6-inch brass gate valve and walk it all the way up.
My goodness. All the way to the top.
Yeah.
So you'll be 90 what? How will he be in
He's
December?
95 in
You'll be
December.
95 in December. How do you feel physically? You feel pretty good?
I feel pretty good.
Good. That's great, man. That's great. To be 95.
Yeah.
Man.
I can't do nothing like I used to do.
Yeah.
I got these bad.
Yeah.
Well, one especially.
So the Lord has given you 95 years. So you could easily make 100, the Lord willing, as they say.
I reckon.
So, man, this long of a life, the good Lord has kept you, or what? What's your secret to 95? A good, you don't know? Tomatoes, a good woman.
I ate everything I could.
You ate everything. I got you. So it's just a mystery, huh?
I've eaten everything put on the table.
I got you.
And that's a lot of venison.
I hear you.
And well, back then we ate venison
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
But my daddy had hogs and cows,
Oh yeah.
and he ran a store to start
Yeah.
with.
Right.
And he would butcher some cows and hogs, and I helped him with everything,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Wow. Cows and hogs, man. That was when bacon was real. Real bacon.
He made bacon.
Straight from the hog. Grandpa would eat bacon and salt meat, they called it. You know, they salt that meat up. And
Yeah.
I tasted it and it just about burned your tongue. It was so salty. Straight off the hog's
Yeah.
back, you know. Yeah, that's
It
how.
had rind on the bacon back then.
Oh yeah, yeah. My goodness. So you've 4 kids, bunch of grandkids, I'm assuming. How many grandkids?
9, isn't it, Ricky?
Yeah.
And now
I
great
haven't
grandkids.
got figured out.
Grandchildren.
Now great grandchildren, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Man, just seeing 3 or 4 or 5 generations come up, you know,
I
and
guess so.
that's a blessing of the Lord for sure. No question about it.
I knew my grandparents, and then my mother and daddy. That's 2. I'm the 3rd. You know,
Wow.
only number.
Right,
My brother.
right.
And then Ricky and them were the 4th, and Blake and them were the 5th.
My goodness.
So I've had 5 generations.
Yep. Well, they drive for miles to buy you tomatoes. I asked Ricky, could I come by and just hear you a little bit of your story and just talk to you and check in with you. And I never met you. I got tired of hearing about you. I said, I'm gonna go see this man. I gotta go see this man.
Yeah.
Gonna be 95 in December.
See the plaque I got from playing baseball?
Yes, sir.
They picked a team to play the All-Star team when the season was over.
This was in the Army.
Right.
This is it for the Army.
Gotcha.
And I was happened to get on the All-Star team.
Man, that's great. All-star team.
Yeah.
You played out in the field or first
Caught.
call? You a catcher, huh?
Yeah.
All right. That was back when those gloves were leather and hard, man. Didn't have no padding in them, hardly.
Well, I got a few sports.
Yeah. Few battle wounds.
And his team won the whole shooting combine.
Your
So
team won the whole
won the
thing.
whole thing.
Your team won the whole thing, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
See,
Yeah, I see
on
that.
the wall.
Yes, sir.
It's the Western Division champions of the Army.
Wow.
The Western Division,
Yeah.
they could do it that time. It was
Wow.
46.
1946. Wow.
Not changing the subject, but a lady in Bluffton painted that picture of him shrimping
Wow.
and brought it here.
That's you on a shrimp boat, huh?
Yeah.
Shrimping a little bit. Man alive. You eat shrimp?
Oh yeah.
Come on now. Boiled or fried?
Anyway,
Either way.
she took one of those pictures over yonder at me
I see it. I see him.
and drew this picture.
Wow. Man alive. I've been trying to teach Brian how to fish, but I don't think there's no hope. What you think?
Who?
Brian, Ricky's boy.
Oh,
I've been trying to teach him how to fish, but I don't think there's no hope. That boy can fish in his sleep, can't
You
he?
don't know, you have been far enough.
That Brian can fish, can't he?
Yeah, he's a good,
He's a good kid.
he's a good hunter, fisherman,
He do it all.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's just like me, I grew up wanting to do everything.
yeah. He ought to get into wildlife management and game warden, and
You have too many laws to take.
they do too much red tape.
Yeah,
Yeah, they won't let a country boy be a country boy no more.
no.
You got to measure your fish. You got to do everything. Yeah, it's a sad world.
You even got to count them.
Yeah, you got to count them and weigh them for sure. When I was a little boy, there was a guy who owned a bunch of fields and land, and he had like 100 head of cattle on it. So he'd come by my grandma's house and he'd hire me for $3 or $4 an hour to pick up stuff, sticks, from the field. Well, I wasn't thinking, I was so fast at picking up them sticks, I didn't make but $4 the whole day because I didn't work but 1 hour. And he knew he had a deal, boy. So I finally figured out, I said, I got to spread this out a little bit. I got to get 3 or 4 hours in on these sticks, so I slowed down a little bit, but he'd pay me $4 or $5 an hour. Of course, that was big money, when you're a little boy. But
Well, we had almost something like 80 head.
man, yeah,
And we had a pasture behind this station up here,
okay,
about 100 acres.
yeah,
And past all the back in there was pasture.
yeah,
And we moved them from one place to the other.
right, yep,
Right
Go down the highway,
right down the road.
crossing the river bridge.
Man, goodness, man. It caused a scene. You do that nowadays.
We used to do that when I was little.
You wouldn't know what to think now.
no.
Yeah, we kept moving them until Ricky was grown.
My goodness. Moving them cows, man.
Hello?
So you feeling good for 95, huh?
I don't know, I feel pretty good. I can't do what I'd like to do.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Well, if you could, what would it be? You'd be out here walking around doing your thing?
I'd just be kind of, Ricky would see me everywhere.
He'd have to get tired of you, wouldn't he? You'd wear him out, huh? I hear you. Man, that's great. That's great. So, are your 3 girls, are they local here, or are they
Yeah, all
Okay.
my children are right
Yeah,
around.
one of them
okay.
is Forest Boston.
up as far as Bluff? That's a long way from here sometimes.
Yeah.
So Ricky's in the back door over here, and then the 3 girls
Got
are
another
local.
sister right
One
there.
of them right there.
Okay,
The
well
one
praise
that was
God.
here when you first
Yeah,
came.
she's right there, huh?
She's got a camper,
Okay,
and we hooked it up right here.
okay.
Our electricity.
Yeah, well that's
She
good.
loves
And
horses.
then
Horses?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
we got a portable, septic tank.
Yeah,
That's on the ground out there.
yeah, I got you.
And,
She's gonna build her a house right over here.
Well, that's great.
she gets it pumped out
Yeah.
whenever she needs to.
Roughly when was your house built here?
It was a little house, little 2-room,
Okay.
I'd say shack. It was sitting right back in
It was
backyard.
the kitchen and one room, 2 rooms.
Okay.
So we moved it up
It
there,
It was sitting back there and you moved it over here?
and then we added to it
I
a
got
little
you.
bit.
I use it as a turkey house.
A turkey house?
We kept the
Yeah,
feed
turkeys.
and everything in it,
Yeah,
and I took care of the turkeys and stayed here.
yeah,
And we had a light out there in the back behind the house.
sure.
And that light was evidently bright, must have been kind of everything dark back then.
Right.
Because one night I woke up and I heard a noise out there, and the turkeys was hollering and stuff, and I got up, went out there, and Tommy Coleman, Edgar and Tommy, and drove a old automobile, they came from Bluffton in.
Yeah, they drove in the back way.
No, they came and lost the highway and went straight to that light. They thought that was something.
They're driving toward the light.
That's when there wasn't anything around.
Right, I guess if you're drunk, that might be wise. Just drive toward the light. Sun got to be there, right?
Yeah, they were characters.
Oh, man. My goodness. Well, what about you, Miss Joyce? I mean, y'all been together 68, 9 years. What do you? I mean, you don't see many people even living that long now, and y'all been married that long.
Yeah.
So what?
I was 21,
Wow.
and
So
I was 18 when I met him.
yeah.
And I moved to Jacksonville, and he would come about every third or fourth week.
You driving to Jacksonville to
Yeah.
see her.
Yeah.
And my brother was in the Navy, so he stayed in my brother's room.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
They didn't have a 95 then.
Yeah.
17.
Back road. 17.
17 and open range.
Wow.
Cows, hogs, everything loose.
Wow.
You know, I
Yeah. Highway 17.
yeah.
All the way.
And I remember coming from Florida one night, and it was pretty late. You know,
Yeah.
I would get down here about time to go to work,
Right.
and you know, when I went and came home,
Yeah.
and when I came over a viaduct right the other side of a small town,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one, somewhere around Richmond Hill, a little further,
Yeah.
a small town, and I went on top of the viaduct, and when I hit the top of the viaduct, the whole highway was full of cows.
Full of cows.
Down on the bottom. And I went through them somehow,
Lord, have mercy.
and I don't remember hitting anything but maybe a foot or two,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Wow. That's a miracle.
Yeah,
Dodging those heifers.
yep.
Chasing that woman. What do you think? I mean, this many years together, what's some things? I mean, what keeps two people together for 70 years? I mean,
I think it's just nature of the person.
yeah, you got to have a good heart and
I guess so.
get along, right?
Right.
Got to learn to get along with each other.
That's right.
That's the truth.
And his family was Catholic and mine was Lutheran Protestant.
Yeah.
And that's why we ran away and got married.
Understood. Yeah, because you couldn't cross that bridge.
Back then it was really hard,
Yeah, I'm sure.
His mother.
and my mother was devout Catholic.
Yeah, sure.
So it made a bump in the road.
Oh yeah, that's
But it all turned out all
and
right.
all that bump smoothed out, didn't it?
She got more broad-minded.
There you go.
Back, I don't know if you've heard of the Pinckney colony.
Yep.
Well, that's, his mother was a Pinckney.
Wow.
And her daddy kind of started the Catholic Church, I think, back then.
Wow. Beautiful.
Big in it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't marry Catholic because I was raised Protestant.
Right.
You know, you gotta
Sure. Can't cross over.
raise it, it's hard.
Sure. Yeah.
But we did, and we made it.
Yeah. Hey, you made it for sure.
And his daddy was raised Methodist,
Okay.
so that's why I kind of went to the Methodist church.
Sure.
And my family was Lutheran.
Sure.
I think my daddy's people were Catholic.
Gotcha.
They came from Germany.
Yep.
And
Wow.
so
My goodness.
anyway,
So you got grandbabies and great grandbabies now. You got Blake and Danielle's got one or two or
One.
got one.
Yeah.
yeah,
My goodness.
Brandon and Mary's got two.
Brandon Mary's got two.
yeah, got another generation.
My little boy goes to school with Eli.
But Eli,
Brandon's little boy.
yeah,
Boy, you talk about two poker players right there, buddy. My Lord.
I told Mama that he and Eli was good
Eli
buddies.
is a thinker too.
He is now. He is. He's he's something else. Him and my little boy, they like that right there. They two bank robbers, you know. Can't get them separated. Yeah, they good buddies.
Yeah, well, that's good.
That's the only way I can get my youngest to go to church. He said, "Daddy's Eli coming?" I said, "Yeah." All right, I'll go. I said, "All right, get in the car." Yeah, he loves Eli. For sure. Mary, she's taught a few of my kids in school. So
She's a good gal.
she is. She's a great girl, for sure. Yeah, she's,
How many children do you have?
I've got 4 kids.
Yeah.
We had 5 and we lost one when she was born.
Oh,
She had a heart issue. So we got 4 and that's all we need. So That's plenty.
That's a good baby.
It is. I got 3 boys and 1 girl.
But you'll be glad you had them later,
That's right.
when you get my age.
That's right. That's right. I agree.
Our kids take care of us all day, every day. All
Wow.
those.
Yeah.
Now, this one out here, she can't do, she's gotta work in daytime.
Yeah.
And, but she'll come in here at night
Yeah.
and make sure we got something to eat.
Sure.
You know,
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, you fed her, now she's feeding you. Now she's helping you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great. What about this one over here? Is he a keeper?
Yeah, he's always here.
Always here, huh?
Yeah, we can depend on
He's your shadow, ain't he?
him. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he thinks the world of you.
Well, I've taught him most of what he knows. Well, not most of it, but a bunch.
But not all that you know. You taught him all that he knows, but not all that you know.
Yeah.
Right? You didn't give him every card, right? That's what an old man said. He said, I taught that boy all he knows, but not quite all that I know. He said, you can't give him every card.
Well,
He's a good
I
boy.
probably know a few things that I've been through that he hadn't been through.
Sure. Yeah. He's a good man, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Got good kids and good wife and good family.
He wanted to learn.
Yeah. Wanted to learn.
Yeah.
Some of them don't. He wanted to, huh?
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. My kids, I got 2 teenage boys, and I went in their room, and their mama said, go in there and tell them boys, I said, to clean that room up. I said, yes, ma'am. I went in the room. I said, your mama said get this room clean. Why ain't it clean? I don't know. Pair of underwear laying on the floor. I said, pick them underwear up. He picks them up. I said, go put them on that scale over there where you weigh yourself. Stand there and get your weight. I said, how much do they weigh? He said, nothing. Didn't even come up a number. I said, why can't you pick them up then? They don't weigh nothing. I'm trying, Daddy, I'm trying. I said, boy, you better get in front of the cow, not behind it. You're going to get kicked. Oh, man.
Is that thing still recording all this?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you live right there. So it'll go on goes on a little chip. It goes in a case like that, and then I'll take it and I'll put it where anybody can have it. Your kids can have it. They can put it on the computer. They can put it on the TV. And 20 years from now, it'll be in high definition. But like you might be low definition now.
Yeah.
By then it'll be something real fancy.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it goes in a little case like that, and this makes it portable where they can use it. You know, they can have memories of you. And
Well, it'd be nice to have.
that's right. Yeah. And so I thought since I was coming over to just visit with you, I'd just put it on camera, and that way, 10 years from now, they can watch it. You know, see you when you're 95, 94. You know. But yeah, for sure.
They might be 105.
That's right. That's right. We might be doing another one then. So
Yeah.
So you've done plumbing. You've been in the army. You've been a baseball player, shrimper. You've done it all, man.
Well,
And he farmed all of his life.
Farmed your whole
I
life.
farmed all the way.
Yeah.
At one time, I had 1,500 acres under production.
Wow. 1,500 acres.
And some of that was tomatoes, and cucumbers and squash. That you have to, a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
You had transit help, but can't get in picture.
15.
And I did it with about 3 people working with me.
Yeah.
What would you do with the produce? Was you just selling it, or was it shipped out, or what?
I shipped most of it.
Yeah.
That's the reason I didn't get nothing, did I?
Yeah.
I don't have much now.
We also had flowers, daffodils.
Flowers.
Yeah, in
Wow.
the spring of the year.
What was it? Just Crosby Farms, or what?
Well, I calmed it down.
Yeah.
And we planted, I got talked into planting a lot of daffodils
Yeah.
with some fella from up north. And they taught us how to do it. And how to pick them and pack them and ship them
Wow.
and all that stuff. And we did that for a long time, until that fellow died.
Right.
That was pretty well over with. They didn't do anything for the crops.
Yeah.
I did most of it,
Wow.
and had a boy in Pritchardville there that we went together.
Yeah.
And he had daffodils and I had daffodils.
Wow.
But I picked mine and sold separate from him.
Yeah. Man, 1,500 acres, that's a lot of farming. Lots of work. Lots of work.
You can't sit down on it.
Now my grandpa had tractors and acres of corn. He used to plant okra.
Oh boy.
We'd go out and pick it, and it'd eat your hands just up.
It don't do that now.
And I don't know, but we used to pick it.
I get it picked with Ricky.
Do you? I used to hate picking okra for that reason. Try to eat your hands up, get all
Yeah.
get itchy, but
But I can go in and pick it, it doesn't bother me.
doesn't bother you?
Not
Man,
much.
whew,
Tough.
tough man.
Yeah, you-
Butter beans, purple hull, corn, all that stuff he planted. We had to go out there and get those, call them foot tubs, picking them peas, shelling them peas. I had a job one summer, I was about 12. I was working in my grandpa's garden. I said, I got a bushel. He said, all right, throw it on that scale over there. I said, I ain't gonna do it. He said, why? I said, it might not be a bushel. Because they pay you per bushel, you know. I put on that scale and he said, nah, you ain't at a bushel. Well, get back out there. So I had to get back out there and that sun would be beating down on you, you know. Hot, man.
You ain't
Hot.
telling me nothing.
Hot, hot, hot.
I have picked tomatoes and it be so hot in the summertime.
Yeah,
You know how hot it gets
right.
in the end of June and July.
Woo.
I had a lot of tomatoes I was picking.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Uh-huh.
I guess maybe 200 people in the fields picking.
Right.
And we had trucks lined up on the trees with the tomatoes loaded, you know.
Wow.
And somebody came back from the packing shed. They got over there and unloaded some. I had been selling them. I said as much as I can, you know, when I could.
Right.
But the sun was hot and burning them up.
Wow.
You know, with them sitting in the field, they would burn.
Right.
And we put them under the trees, you know.
It's still hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they came over there and said, sell them anyway, we'll just have to throw in the top layer.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah,
And
the
I
top
went
layer
ahead.
was burning.
I went ahead and told the truck, go ahead. And they all went, and the whole top layer, on all of them, in all the trucks,
Wow.
had to be thrown away.
Yeah. But the rest of them underneath that top layer was good.
Oh yeah.
That's great. My. What's he?
The place where I sell them was at 6 L's over there.
Okay.
And time they come off and dump the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one would float, but they had to separate them,
Okay.
you know, somehow.
I got you. My goodness. Well, I'm going to ask you a couple questions and you get a choice between the questions, all right? For example, Ford or Chevy?
Ford or Chevrolet,
Yeah, which one?
I've had better service than Ford.
Ford's, all right? Black coffee or creamer in your coffee?
No coffee.
Oh, no coffee at all? No coffee at all?
He drinks hot tea.
Hot tea?
I drink hot tea.
Oh, man. My grandpa, he drank...
I don't count, do I?
Oh, yes. Democrat or Republican? Or you don't care?
Yeah.
Which
I can.
You care?
Oh yeah.
All right, which one are you?
I want the one that'll do it right.
Do the job, huh?
Yeah.
I hear
So
you.
we're Republicans.
That's where you go.
You know who I want.
I hear you. All right.
I was raised Democrat.
Was you?
This whole area, everything
Right.
was Democrat.
Sure.
When, that's when,
That's when Democrats had sense, though, way back then.
well,
Now they just went crazy,
it was better than it is now.
for sure.
But, it changed pretty fast.
Yeah, it did, for sure. Yep. So, you've seen the changes in the area. You mentioned earlier all these people moving in and want to come here and just change it all.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right?
they wanna change it like it was when they want it.
Right. Yeah, that's not the way it is, though, is it?
That's not the way it is.
No. That's right. Yeah, you were here when there wasn't anything here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the road was going and the highway was built
Yeah.
when I built this house.
Wow.
But the road used to come right through those woods, right jumping and straight right down to where the porch is.
Mm-hmm.
Went right on.
Wow.
From Savannah to Charleston.
Van of Charleston.
Yeah, you can still see through the woods where the old road was.
Wow.
It's packed down.
Man. You've lived through some storms and rains and politics and everything.
Everything.
You've outlived it all. Friends and enemies. You've outlived them all. You outlived all you pallbearers, right? As they say.
I guess so.
Man, that's wonderful. A long life is a blessing of the Lord. That's great. Live to see your great grandkids, and man, it's just a wonderful thing. So for sure, absolutely.
I enjoy the kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. What do they call you, those kids?
I don't know.
You don't know what they call you?
Nanny? They call you Nanny.
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 Yeah.
Nanny.
That's what they started calling me.
Yeah.
And now my own children calling me Nanny too.
Yeah.
One of his grandkids started calling him Nanny.
Yeah, that's what
and stuff.
somebody was telling. I think it was Mary was telling me that. Yeah, yesterday I was asking her about y'all, but so people just love y'all. When you talk about Mr. Bubba and Miss Joyce, they just love y'all. They come by just to see your tomatoes. They may not even buy them. They just want to see them.
Well, I usually give them some.
I know it, right? You just give them some for free. So what's the secret to that? They just love y'all. I mean, that's just.
I didn't always love them.
Well, we treat everybody.
What's that?
We treat everybody the way you want to be treated yourself.
That's right. That's beautiful. That's the key, ain't it?
Yeah,
That's right. Do it right.
yeah.
Do it right. That's good. Good stuff. Well, now she's too good looking for you. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
That's how you do it.
I robbed the cradle.
You robbed the grave. How old were you?
I was six years older than her.
6 years older. Okay.
I was born in August the 27th,
Yeah.
and he was 6 years old December the 7th.
Okay. Wow. So he's roughly 6 years
1932.
older than you. Yeah, I mean, back then that was robbing the cradle, I'm sure, wasn't it?
Yeah. Back then, by the time everybody got out of high school, all of us was married or fixing to get married or
Right.
pretty close.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, out of high school you just got married.
they got married
That's what you did.
and raised kids.
Yep, for sure. That is so true. Back then, what was it? Old cars and trains and ships and man, this was you were living before there was airplanes.
No. When I was 6 years old, there was a fellow that had an airplane that landed behind our house
Wow,
that built the highway from Hardyville to Bluffton.
wow, my goodness.
And his house then was behind the station down there.
Yeah, right down the street here. Yeah,
They had a
And we owned the land all around now.
yeah,
And in the back of the field back there, we had a field that was kind of level,
yeah.
you know,
Right,
pretty flat.
sure.
And we took the tractors back there and leveled it off some more,
Yeah.
and he could land.
So, what does the word Crosby mean?
I don't know.
Means good man, long life.
I don't
Okay. Mr. Crosby. So, what were your parents like? What was your mom and dad like?